the baby in utero reveals to us how we evolved on Earth. And scientists have realized for a long time that the little developing fetus looks extraordinarily similar to other creatures in the very early stages. So it looks, for instance, very similar to a little tadpole to begin with. Then it looks like a little fish, and it has gills. We do not have lungs at that stage, we have gills. Then we look like a little reptile, and we grow a tail, and so on. And by 10 weeks already, so very early on in utero, the baby looks completely human and is completely human, and then from then on it just grows and grows until the 9 months is over. So I was trying to show that this process, in my opinion, is a sacred process. It's not something to be ashamed of at all. And it shows that we are connected to all creatures, that we come from Earth, and that all of the Earth's creatures are sacred. And I've learned as an artist really often obey the instinctive feelings, because often they're wiser than if you do it academically.
Yeah.
You know, and so I trust them, and so that's why I did it. And of course, when I look at something like that, I don't think of death or something. I think it was a sign to us. It's left a little sign there in the limestone where they found that fossil of how the Earth actually produced birds. You know, and to me, it's all part of a revelation, actually. I start somewhere and I allow it to happen. And I've learned that, you know, the key for me was here, make a seed of Earth, that you can cope with. So then I stopped being frightened of the subject, and then you just go along and start, you know. And then it comes. And of course, I realize it's a process of getting in touch with the oneness of all things, and the great one, and the sacredness of things. It's very exciting because obviously we're relating to a much deeper, wiser part himself. You sometimes have days where you're not good at it, and then and you sort of can wake up in the night fretting about it, but if you just let it go and you keep going there, then it will reveal itself. And if it doesn't, it's because one is blocking oneself. I made our part of the universe where our galaxy is, seed of Earth, early life forms, atmosphere, land and trees and so on, and power greater than human up at the top, always leaving that to the interpretation of each and every person who comes in. A gateway to the new cosmology, and really meaning cosmology, how we orientate ourselves to the cosmos. Ever since the first humans, we've been doing that thing. All of us, you know, from the very, very earliest signs of civilization, people were interested in the stars and how it related to us and so on. And I think clearly we need a new cosmology, because how can we systematically now be destroying the life support systems of the planet? I mean, people who do that are lost, you know, and indeed that is what our global culture is doing. And so this is one gateway to the new cosmology, not the only one. And the first thing to notice is she hasn't got a face, because she's shining the light of consciousness on ego, and ego in oneself, first of all. One can become conscious of when it kicks in, and that helps a lot. One also then eventually can realize that we are part of a very strong part of something much greater than ourselves.